I grabbed Felicia's arm as Eli and Peter stumbled out of the tent, their guard holding open the tent flap. Their hands were bound behind them. Both of them looked rough, dirty, smoky, blood-stained. I could see bruises on Eli's face, and one of Peter's eyes was swollen shut. Seeing them injured pumped strength through me like nothing else would have. Whitehair took all this in and looked even more displeased.
Lang, when I told you we needed magic practitioners and you told me you knew of some, I thought you understood I would not want them impaired or mistreated.
They resisted. Kneel, you two!
Kneeling is hard when you can't use your arms. Eli managed pretty well, but Peter would have pitched forward if Eli hadn't twisted awkwardly to grab his brother's sleeve. So do we get up and start the killing, or what? Felicia glared at the ground. Her hands were literally twitching.
I'm ready when you are.
As long as you know I'm killing Thomas.
The sooner the better, sister.
The soldiers were gathering around, hoping for entertainment. Two of them were positioned between me and Thomas. Every muscle I had was bidding me to leap up and start shooting. I was on a knee, the other foot planted to push me upright. A gun was in my right hand, the other in my left, and my rifle was ready on the ground beside me. All the soldiers had to do was move. Not that I minded shooting them, but Thomas needed to go first. Thomas was enjoying his last few minutes of life. He loved having Eli and Peter at his mercy. He loved having an audience. Without warning, he took a step forward and backhanded Eli with everything he had in him. The men between us shifted. Yes! I stood and fired in one smooth move. My bullet hit Thomas in the side of his head, spraying blood. Thomas collapsed to the ground in the limp way of the dead. And then I was crouched down beside my sister, concealed. Eli had fallen to his side from the blow. He lay still, but I could tell all his muscles were tense. He was trying to figure out what was happening before he moved again. Peter, still on his knees, had hunched his head over, trying to be smaller. It really was like I'd kicked over an anthill.
Hey! Watch out! Take cover!
She grabbed a rifle from the nearest sentry. She crouched, partly protected by a wagon, her eyes darting around as she tried to locate the shooter.
That was impulsive.
I didn't know I was going to do it until I did it.
Let's just wait a second.
When nothing else happened, silence fell. Joni stared at our particular clump of mountain cedar and began to raise her rifle. Whitehair raised his hand.
I do not know who fired that shot. I'm sure you had your reasons. I am not heartsick at the loss of Thomas.
That's what happens when you're an asshole. This is a flowery bastard, huh?
If that is all you wanted, the death of Thomas, you can back away and leave. I will not pursue. But if there is anything else here you want, we have issues.